The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by Mandeep Singh from Sikh Gurdwara in Rochester Hills, guest of Representative Puri. Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise?
Good afternoon. A new session of the Michigan House of Representatives begins, and we invoke the name and nature of the divine creator to anchor the work ahead. We are reminded the greatest responsibility of our human life is to live and act in a state of constant remembrance of this divine force which permeates all. The Sikh spiritual canon, the Guru Granth Sahib, opens with a powerful idea and truth, Ik Onkar, the one divine force that pervades eternally through creation and unites all of us. In this way, humanity is tied to a common goal of remembering, revering, and living a life that reflects divine-like qualities. All of the work we as humanity undertake should be anchored in this thought. This honorable charge calls us to serve others and to work for the betterment of our communities. This charge that each of you have accepted is sacred. May your actions be infused with the recognition of the one creative force connecting each and every one of us. With this understanding, the people, groups, and communities you serve will benefit from your compassion, intentionality, and vision. May we draw strength and inspiration from the nature of the infinite force that sustains our world. May we embody divine values of courage and humility to meet the needs of Michiganders, reduce disparities, and work in collaboration with others towards equity and justice. May we develop the discernment to engage the various perspectives of this body into healthy and constructive discussions, avoid allegiance to our own ego, and find ways to unify over common purpose so as best to serve Michigan and her people. There is a tremendous privilege and purpose in this room, and thus a great and noble capacity for service to others. However, we as individuals are flawed and have a great many imperfections. With this knowledge, our hopeful prayer is, Nanak Naam Chardi Kala Tere Pane Sarpata Pala, which means when we all, though imperfect individuals, together identify and embody the qualities of the all-pervasive one force, a tangible and hopeful spirit can be felt through our collective. By acceptance of this magnificent source of collective power, true service and benefaction flows to all humanity, and our state and its communities within are made better. Thank you.
The clerk will open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members, you may check in at your desk. TV 19, WZMQ out of Marquette has permission to record today's session. WWTV, Channel 9 and 10 out of Traverse City has permission to record today's session. For the purpose of introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Brock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a group here from Custer Elementary School down in Monroe. 19 students, 6 adults, and they're here in the West Gallery upstairs.
Will the special guest of Representative Brock please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of announcement, the speaker recognizes Representative Rogers.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is a special day as you are coming up the steps. You might have noticed a banner. Thanks to our Western Michigan University folks, and Bronco hockey is in the house as well. We are so glad you are here.
Will the special guest of Representative Rogers please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Polhutsky.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Joining me on the floor today, I have a student from the Global Ed and Youth and Government program in my district in Livonia. His name is Connor McGuire, and I'm glad to have him here with me today.
Will the special guest of Representative Polhutsky please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Weiss.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to let the members know that we have visiting us today educators from across the state representing the Michigan Education Association and the American Federation of Teachers. They are located in all 3 galleries with us today.
Will the guest of Representative Weiss please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Brock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a school group here, again, from Custer Elementary down in Monroe. We have 17 students and 10 adults in the West Gallery.
Will the special guest of Representative Brock please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Minority Floor Leader Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse Representatives B. Carter, T. Carter, Kofia, Edwards, Grant, Herzberg, Neely, O'Neill, Scott, Skaggs, Tate, and Whitsett, please.
So ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse Representative Shriver, P. Green, and Hall, and Speaker Hall.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, a quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The House will come to order. Members, the House is about to proceed with a memorial resolution. Will all members and staff please take your seats? Speaker recognizes Representative Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 177.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
The Speaker, on behalf of the entire membership of the House of Representatives, offers House Resolution number 177, a resolution of tribute offered as a memorial for Floyd Clack, former member of the House of Representatives. Whereas it was with great sorrow that members of the House of Representatives learned about the passing of Floyd Clack. He will be remembered as a dedicated public servant by his constituents in Flint and Genesee County and the people of the state of Michigan. And whereas Floyd Clack was born in Texas in 1940, and it was during his early years in Trinidad, Texas, where he learned the values of hard work, faith, and service. He carried with him the lessons he learned in his youth from his family and community, which formed the foundation for the everlasting legacy that he leaves behind. And whereas Floyd found a passion for education early on in his life, he graduated from Texas Southern University, attended Thurgood Marshall School of Law, and received a master's degree from Eastern Michigan University. He also worked in the public school system in Houston, Texas, before relocating to Wisconsin and joining the Federal Job Corps program. And whereas Floyd eventually settled in Flint, Michigan, where he became a pillar of the community. He was a steadfast advocate for young people in his role as educator and guidance counselor in the Flint community schools, and his dedication and deep belief in education as a transformative force led him to found the Flint Youth Leadership Institute, an organization created to teach leadership and develop young leaders. However, Floyd's passion and commitment to the Flint community went beyond his role in schools. He served with honor as a member of the Flint City Council, where he found the first official gun amnesty buyback program. He also served on the Genesee County Board of Commissioners, where he acted as the chair of the Human Services Committee and the Equity and Diversity Subcommittee. Floyd was also a member of the board of directors of the Valley Area Agency on Aging, the Genesee County Metropolitan Alliance, the Violence Prevention Coalition, the Greater Flint Health Coalition Equity and Diversity Subcommittee, and the New Paths Board of Directors, among other organizations. And whereas in 1982, Floyd was elected to represent the 80th District in the Michigan House of Representatives, which was comprised of Flint and other parts of Genesee County. In 1993, he began representing the 48th District after redistricting. Floyd would serve with distinction in the House of Representatives for 7 terms before leaving in 1996. And whereas while in the legislature, Floyd focused his work and efforts on advancing equitable public education, supporting working families, and advocating for sustainable development in Michigan's urban communities. He played an instrumental role in legislation that sought to increase school funding, expand access to youth programs, and improve educational resources for underserved communities. Floyd also made a name for himself in Lansing by serving in a number of positions. This included his work as the chair of the House Committee on Civil Rights and Women's Issues, as well as the House Committee on Corrections. He also served on the Ad Hoc Special Committee on Alternatives for High-Risk Students and a number of other committees, including the House Committees on Education, Labor, and Urban Affairs, among others. Floyd was also elected to be the vice chair of the House Democratic Black Caucus and to be the assistant majority floor leader. He will be remembered by his colleagues as a thoughtful, principled, and visionary legislator with an unwavering commitment to his constituents in Flint and Genesee County. And whereas while sustaining a demanding professional career, Floyd always made time to serve the community that he loved. He founded the Floyd and Brenda Clack Thanksgiving Dinner for Senior Citizens and the Floyd Clack All-Star Baseball Team, the Floyd Clack Community Project, and the Flint Intercity Lions Club. He served as the chair of a number of organizations, including the Coalition for Fair Banking Practices, and was appointed to the Board of Regents at Eastern Michigan University. He was also a member of many different organizations, including the Flint NAACP, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the Michigan Alternative Education Association, the Urban League of Flint, and the Genesee County Community Resources Department, just to name a few. And whereas Floyd's dedication and impact did not go unnoticed by those he worked with and those he aimed to serve. He was the recipient of the David McMahon Award from the Michigan Education Association, the Stuart R. Mott Leadership Award, the Key to the City of Flint, the Leadership Award from the Flint NAACP, the Woodrow and Rita Stanley Lifetime Service Award, and the Man of the Year Award from the Flint Intercity Lions Club. And whereas while Floyd knew many professional successes in his life, it was his family that meant the most to him. He met the love of his life, Brenda Jones, who, as Brenda Jones Clack, served as the 34th District Representative. After settling in Flint, the couple raised 2 children, Michael and Mia. It was always Floyd's mission to instill in his children the values of heart, integrity, resiliency, and community that he held so dear, values he passed on to his grandchildren. And whereas Floyd's legacy will live on and continue to touch those in the Flint community and across the state of Michigan, he will be remembered for his poise, grace, and mentorship, as well as his reliance and unwavering dedication to uplifting those around him. And whereas upon Floyd Clack's passing, we offer our condolences to his loved ones. Floyd Clack's contributions to this chamber and to the state of Michigan will be remembered. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives that we offer this expression of our highest tribute to honor the memory of Floyd Clack, a member of the House of Representatives from 1983 to 1996. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be transmitted to the Clack family as evidence of our lasting esteem for his memory.
Speaker recognizes Representative Martin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It was an honor to have known Floyd. I served 2 terms with his wife Brenda as a county commissioner. I didn't ever see them at a social function that we did politically that Floyd wasn't with Brenda, so I got to speak with him many times. We had a fraternal connection, which allowed me to just communicate with Floyd, to ask him some questions. I had no problem walking up to him, asking a question, and the tribute saying poise and grace are very descriptive of Floyd. He was always gracious in answering my questions. I was surprised to find out he was born in Texas because I thought he was Mr. Flint. I mean, whether it was a nonprofit question, whether it was a city question, whether it was a county question, he always had that legacy question to the answer to fill what I was asking. And it was a pleasure to know him. I just knew him as an honorable man and he's just a great person just to be around. It's a very bright spot for the city of Flint, and we're sorry for your loss, Brenda.
The question before the House is on the adoption of House Resolution 177. All members in favor of the memorial resolution, please rise. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Representative Martis.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. What a great tribute it is to the late Floyd Clack to have 3 generations of his family here today. His lovely wife, Brenda, his children, Michael and Mia, and additionally, Haley, Princeton, Sinai, Carter, and Bryant are all here on the House floor.
Will the guests of Representative Martis please rise? And thank you for sharing in Representative Floyd Clack's service to the state of Michigan, and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. The House will stand at ease. The House will come to order. Colleagues, we've got a member giving a tribute presentation. Please be mindful and give him your attention. For the purpose of a tribute presentation, the Speaker recognizes Representative Wolford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I have with me in the South Gallery Roma Honer and Charles Broder, friends of Les Mack, who is seated on the floor. He was born in 1927, and he's a 98-year-old Korean conflict Vietnam Army chemist. In 1949, Lester Mack graduated from Wayne State University with a bachelor's degree in chemistry, marking the beginning of a distinguished career that combined scientific rigor with a lifelong dedication of service. He began working as a chemist in microbiology and laboratories before being drafted into the United States Army. There he served at the Army Chemical Center in Maryland, applying his expertise to research involving poisonous gases. Following his military service, Lester Mack pursued a master's degree in education and began teaching chemistry at Pontiac Central High. And in 1965, he was invited by the Education Department at Oakland University to develop and teach methods of course for future educators in biology and chemistry and physics. His achievements are too long to list all of them today, but in addition to his contributions in science and education, Lester Mack has shown an incredible desire of being a philanthropist and caring about others around the world in missions and serving in places like Peru, Haiti, Japan, Moscow, Liberia, the Navajo Nations, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and I can attest to Belize because I was with him where he beat me up fast-wise up the Belize pyramids. So he's still in great shape. And with that said, we give this special tribute to Lester Mack on this day. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Representative Wolford's guests to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of second reading of bills. Take up calendar item number 49, House Bill 4736.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 49, House Bill 4736, introduced by Representative Smith, a bill to amend the Michigan election law. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Committee on Election Integrity, Representative Smith, Chair, recommends the adoption of substitute H1.
The question is on the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open the board. The substitute is adopted. Are there further amendments?
Okay.
There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Miller offers one amendment, identified as Amendment 1A.
The question is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 41, House Bill 4522.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 41, House Bill 4522, introduced by Representative Bruck, a bill to amend the Michigan Vehicle Code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 50, House Bill 4596.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 50, House Bill 4596, introduced by Representative Wirtz, a bill to amend the Mental Health Code. People of the city of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 62, House Bill 4160.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 62, House Bill 4160, introduced by Representative Johnson, a bill to amend the Administrative Procedures Act of 1969. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 35, House Bill 4042.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 35, House Bill 4042, introduced by Representative Tyrone Carter, a bill to amend the food law. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 55, House Bill 4107.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 55, House Bill 4107, introduced by Representative Harris, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 56, House Bill 4108.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 56, House Bill 4108, introduced by Representative Preston, a bill to amend an act to relieve certain persons from civil liability when rendering emergency care. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
The Committee on Health Policy, Representative Vanderwall, Chair, recommends the adoption of substitute H2.
The question is on the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open the board. The substitute is adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 57, House Bill 4847.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 57, House Bill 4847, introduced by Representative Frisbee, a bill to amend an act to regulate certain health clubs with respect to potential medical emergencies. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 61, House Bill 4039.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 61, House Bill 4039, introduced by Representative Outman, a bill to amend the Administrative Procedures Act of 1969. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 176.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution Number 176, introduced by Representative Nyer, a resolution to declare September 22nd through 26th, 2025 as Farm Safety and Health Week in the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Representative Nyer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As I've said before, Michigan has one of the most diverse agriculture states in the country. We're leading crop productions in blueberries, beans.
Members, please take your conversations off the floor or give your attention to the speaker. Thank you. The speaker recognizes Representative Nyer.
Thank you again. Michigan leads, as I said before, in diversity in agriculture production in the country. We lead in crops such as blueberries, beans, cucumbers, cherries, and of course, dairy production. With over 44,000 farms, agriculture is the second largest driver of our economy in the state. Behind this industry, it remains one of the most, but even with that, this industry is one of the most dangerous occupations around. Farmers face long hours working with heavy equipment, livestock, hazardous chemicals, and of course, this all seems to peak during harvest season. Since 1944, September has been recognized as National Farm Safety and Health Week. The theme this year is to avoid the worst, with a focus on road safety. And of course, we've all had those days where we're parked behind a slow-moving gravity box or a combine trying to get to the next field. Please be patient with that. That could be your dinner. Today we pause and recognize the hardworking men and women who put food on our table and who are committed in promoting the health and safety of our food as well as themselves. I respectfully ask for your support, and may this be available for electronic signature.
The question before the House is on the adoption of House Resolution 176. All those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Democratic Caucus Chair Young.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Democratic colleagues, we have caucus in the caucus room. Caucus in the caucus room. Thank you.
The House will go at ease at the call of the chair.
The House come to order and proceed to announcements by the clerk of printing and enrollment.
The clerk announced the following bills been reproduced and made available electronically on Thursday, September 18th. House Bills 4980 through 5031. Clerk announced the following bills been reproduced and made available electronically on Friday, September 19th. Senate Bills 553 through 579. Clerk announced the following bill and reproduced and made available electronically on Tuesday, September 23rd. Senate Bills 580 and 581.
Reports of standing committees.
The Committee on Natural Resources and Tourism, Representative Martin Chair, reported House Bill 4073 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Natural Resources and Tourism, Representative Martin Chair, reported House Bill 4421 with recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Judiciary, Representative Leitner Chair, reported House Bill 54690 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will refer to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Judiciary, Representative Leitner Chair, reported House Bill 4691 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will refer to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Education and Workforce, Representative DeBoer Chair, reported House Bills 4556 with recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will refer to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Education and Workforce, Representative DeBoer Chair, reported House Bill 4557 with recommendation that the substitute H3 be adopted and the bill then pass.
We refer to the order second reading of bills. Notices.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform will meet Thursday, September 25th at 9 a.m. room 519 of the House Office Building. The Committee on Agriculture will meet Thursday, September 25th at 10:30 a.m. room 308 of the House Office Building. The House Committee on Rules will meet Thursday, September 25th at 10:30 a.m. in room 428 of the Capitol.
Communications from state officers.
Received from the Secretary of State the notice of filing of the following administrative rules. 25-09-01 for the Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy entitled 2023-15 EQ Part 10 Intermittent Testing and Sampling. 25-09-02 for Department of State entitled Electronic Return of Absent Voter Ballots by Eligible Voters. And 2509-03 for the Department of Health and Human Services entitled Body Art Facilities.
Introduction of bills.
Representative Kelly offers House Bill 4032, a bill to amend the revised school code. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Election Integrity.
Representative Kelly offers House Bill 5033, a bill to amend and act to promote the safety, welfare, and educational interests of the people of the state by regulating the construction, reconstruction, and remodeling of and the installation of certain security devices. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Kelly offers House Bill 5034, a bill to amend the revised Judicature Act of 1961. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Judiciary.
Representative Roth offers House Bill 5035, a bill to amend the revised Judicature Act of 1961. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative Steckloff offers House Bill 5036, a bill to amend the Michigan Penal Code. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative Roth offers House Bill 5037, a bill to amend the Code of Criminal Procedure. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative St. Germain offers House Bill 5038, a bill to amend the Code of Criminal Procedure. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style and referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative Roth offers House Bill 5039, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative McKinney offers House Bill 5040, a bill to authorize certain activities involving industrial hemp and certain combustible hemp products. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Bruck offers House Bill 5041, a bill to amend the Medical Marijuana Facilities Licensing Act. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Wilson offers House Bill 5042, a bill to amend the Industrial Hemp Growers Act. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Meerman offers House Bill 5043, a bill to amend the Michigan Regulation and Taxation of Marijuana Act. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Wenzel offers House Bill 5044, a bill to amend the revised school code. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Education and Workforce.
Representative Bagul offers House Bill 5045, a bill to amend the State Housing Development Authority Act of 1966. People, State of Michigan, enact.
Will be considered a first-time by style referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative O'Neill offers House Bill 5046, a bill to amend the revised Judicature Act of 1961. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on regulatory reform.
Representative Myers Phillips offers House Bill 5047, a bill to amend an act to provide for the regulation and control of public and certain private utilities. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on energy.
Representative DeBoer offers House Bill 5048, a bill to amend the Michigan Vehicle Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on transportation and infrastructure.
Representative Weiss offers House Bill 5049, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative Snyder offers House Bill 5050, a bill to amend the public health code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative DeBoer offers House Bill 5051, a bill to amend the Law Enforcement and Firefighter Access to Epinephrine Act. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative DeBoer offers House Bill 5052, a bill to amend an act to provide the protection of children through the licensing and regulation of child care organizations. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative DeBoer offers House Bill 5053, a bill to amend the public health code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative DeBoer offers House Bill 5054, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative Leitner offers House Bill 5055, a bill to amend the Legislative Sergeant at Arms Police Powers Act. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title, referred to committee on judiciary. Announcements by the clerk.
Received from the Auditor General a copy of the follow-up report of the Bureau of Finance and Administration, Michigan Department of Transportation, September 2025.
The House will stand at ease.
The House will come to order. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of third reading of bills and take up calendar item number 6.2, House Bill 4160, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 6.2, House Bill 4160, introduced by Representative Johnson, a bill to amend the Administrative Procedures Act of 1969, the people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today in strong support of House Bill 4160. This bill restores a safeguard Michigan had from 2019 to 2023. It prohibited state agencies from piling on rules stricter than federal law unless they could provide a clear and convincing need and put those facts in writing. That's accountability and that's transparency. In 2023, those protections were repealed. Since then, agencies have had a blank check to regulate beyond Washington without proof, without evidence, and without answering to the people. That is not how government should work. House Bill 4160 brings back the guardrails. Its content is simple. Follow the federal standard unless you can prove why Michigan must go further. It keeps exceptions for emergencies and special education, but it ends regulation by assumption and restores regulation by facts. Every layer of unnecessary red tape costs families, farmers, and small businesses. It drives up prices. It makes Michigan less competitive. We need a government that works for the people, not against them. Colleagues, this is common sense. Let's put accountability back into the rulemaking process. I urge a yes vote on House Bill 4160.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Members, the board is still open. You may vote at your desks. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4160, there are 59 aye votes and 41 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 41, House Bill 4522, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 41, House Bill 4522, introduced by Representative Bruck, a bill to amend the Michigan Vehicle Code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Bruck.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate the opportunity to speak on House Bill 4522. We've been here before. We have the same problem in our state, same bill, same sponsor, just a different year. We're looking at making that left lane on our 3 lanes or more highways restricted from the heavy truck traffic. We've gotten a lot of support around the state for this. This applies to about 320 miles of roadway in our state. Again, it only applies to 3 lanes or more, and it restricts that left lane from heavy truck traffic. There's many reasons for this, mainly safety and then ease of flow of traffic as well. So we're looking forward to the voting today, and I appreciate all my fellow House members in their support on this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4522, there are 92 aye votes and 8 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 50, House Bill 4596, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 50, House Bill 4596, introduced by Representative Wirtz, a bill to amend the Mental Health Code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative DeSena.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today not just to speak on House Bill 4596, but to stand in defense of one of the most sacred principles of our republic, due process of law. Our Constitution makes a promise that every citizen is presumed innocent until proven guilty, that justice must be fair, and that liberty cannot be taken without proper process. This process is not a suggestion, it's the bedrock of our freedom. But House Bill 4596 undermines that promise. It extends the timeline for which criminal charges may hang over the head of a person found incompetent to stand trial. In practice, it means men and women who have never been convicted of a crime could sit in jail waiting for months or years simply because our system is too slow to provide them treatment. This is not justice. That's punishment without trial. And punishment without trial is exactly what our founders fought a revolution to end. Colleagues, when government delays become the jailer, we have lost our way. When backlogs and bureaucracy replace the Constitution as the standard of justice, we are no longer guarding liberty, we are eroding it. We all know that Michigan faces challenges with mental health resources. We should fix that system, but we should not trample the rights of the most vulnerable in the process. The solution to a failing system cannot be to take away more liberty from the people it is meant to serve. Due process is not a partisan principle. It is the safeguard of every citizen, the shield that protects the weak from the strong and the individual from the state. To uphold it, sometimes we must take the harder stand to say no when it would be easier to say yes. Madam Speaker and colleagues, I stand in this chamber to defend the Constitution, to defend the rights of our people, and to remind us all that our duty is not to expedience, but to justice. For that reason, I urge you to join me in opposing House Bill 4596. Let Michigan stand tall as a state that will not compromise on liberty, and will not compromise on fairness, and will not compromise on due process. Thank you.
Speaker recognizes Representative Wirtz.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This legislation is about ensuring justice for victims by increasing the likelihood criminals actually stand trial. House Bill 4596 addresses when defendants are deemed incompetent to stand trial. Currently, when someone is deemed incompetent, a 15-month countdown begins. Once that time elapses, if the defendant is still deemed incompetent, charges are dropped. Because of a massive shortage in bed space available for mental health treatment in Michigan, what often happens is that a defendant is not able to begin treatment until days or weeks before the end of the 15-month period. These treatments take months to complete, meaning many charges are dropped before a defendant is even remotely close to competency. And I'll add, these are for felony violent crimes. When a crime is committed, an untreated mental illness should never serve as a scapegoat that prevents victims from receiving justice. My plan would ensure defendants have ample treatment time before needing to stand trial by delaying the implementation of the 15-month period until mental health treatment begins, ensuring victims and the accused get their day in court. This change would increase the likelihood of an individual in successfully being treated and ultimately being able to stand trial, ensuring victims of the crimes and the accused receive the justice and their day in court. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Conlon votes aye. Representative Rogers votes nay. Representative Glandville votes aye. Representative Schneider votes aye. Representative Pies votes nay. Representative Weiss votes nay. Representative Breen votes aye. Representative McFall votes aye. Representative Cara votes aye. Representative Green votes aye. Representative Paquette votes nay. Representative Shriver votes nay. Representative Fox votes nay. Representative Fitzgerald votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4596, there are 64 aye votes and 36 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions.
Without objection, so ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Just to let the members know, there will be no further voting today when the House adjourns. It stands adjourned until Thursday, September 25th, 2025 at 10 a.m.
The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.
I was going to call my. Wait. There being no further business. There being no further business to come before the House, Representative Liberati moves that the House do now adjourn. Hearing no objection, the House will stand adjourned until Thursday, September 25th at 10 a.m.